A lot of people want to start up a business, but they think they need thousands and thousands of dollars to start up. That, you guys, is completely false. In this video, I'm going through the top 7 business ideas you can start with no money. Yes, seriously, 0. You just need to be creative, and I can guarantee that you can turn any skill that you already have into a very viable business that is making 6, 7, or 8 figures. Without a lot of money to start a business, you need to rely on yourself to create value, and what you can do is offer your services to other people, which is basically just trading your time for money. But then you're thinking, hey, I thought trading time for money was something we weren't trying to do. But the answer to that is no, especially at the start. When you're just starting out a business, and especially when you're starting out a business without any money, it's likely that you'll have to trade your time for money. And then, as you start to scale your business and build it up, that's when you can actually get to the point where you aren't directly trading your time for money. Or you'll have to set up processes that allow you to keep making money even when you aren't working. I have to stress that this is so much easier than it was 50 years ago. And the reason for this is the internet. A lot of these ideas require literally just a laptop. Some of the ideas we will be talking about today are a bit personal. However, a lot of these you can just do with a computer. And everything on this list is scalable. You can turn it into a 6, 7, or maybe even an 8-figure business. So let's get into it. The first business idea that you can start with no money is print on demand. This is a business model which lets you to start up a clothing company without any startup capital. Here's how it works. So when a customer places an order for, let's say, a shirt on your website, this factory or the supplier will start to make that t-shirt and they'll print it on demand, as the name suggests. And then they will ship it out for you. So literally there is nothing you need to do on your side besides customer service in order for that shirt to be printed and shipped out for you. In a way, it's sort of like drop shipping. However, there is no need to buy in bulk and there is no need to place a big order ahead of time before you receive any orders yourself. As a result of this, a lot of the risk from this business is mitigated. You don't need to keep inventory and it's a lot easier to start. If you have a good idea for making t-shirts, then print on demand is one of the best and easiest ways to get your foot into e-commerce. It's a great way to test out an idea before committing and placing a large order from overseas. And to get started, there are sites like Printify and Shopify that allow you to use this business model. I'll link them down in the description below, so if you're interested in starting your own print-on-demand shop, then those are probably 2 of the best places to start. I will say though, that trademark infringement is one of the biggest things that you need to look out for when you are doing print-on-demand. A lot of the popular slogans and designs may be copyrighted, so if you aren't sure, you may want to speak with a copyright lawyer or someone familiar with the business, because you definitely don't want to run into problems when you're just starting out. And the biggest and hardest part of any company or business, especially print on demand, is the marketing. You can make a really amazing product. However, if you don't market it properly, no one is even going to be aware that it exists, let alone buy it. So I definitely recommend using social media, use sites like TikTok, Instagram, send influencers on these platforms free products, and see if they are willing to promote them for you. Especially TikTok, like this platform, is still very undervalued. The influencers are all underpaid, and it's still relatively new. No one is truly aware of how much exposure they provide. So I think if you send free products to a bunch of TikTok influencers, you'll have a really good shot at having them make content for you. And that'll be a really good return on investment. Like I said before, if you are interested in this business model, check out the links below. There are a lot of more in-depth guides which are available on YouTube that you guys will find extremely helpful. To recap, print on demand is a very good, cost-effective, and simple way to get into the e-commerce space. The next business idea that you can start up now is a niche content blog. What I mean by this is you want to start up a blog that is centered around a specific category or niche. An example of this is that it could be about Mac accessories, personal finance, lamps. There are so many niches that you can break into. It doesn't have to be something that you're incredibly passionate about, although it does help. It should just be a niche that you believe you can monetize. You're probably wondering, how can a blog actually rake in money? The way it works is that with this blog, you can generate traffic through your blog posts and articles. The goal is to get these articles ranked high on search engines such as Google. In these posts, you'll have how-tos, top 10s, anything that provides value to the reader. In these articles, you will also have your affiliate links, which is how you will generate revenue for your business. When people click on your links and they buy a certain product or service, you'll make a percentage of the revenue. This is the perfect business to start if you don't have any startup capital. You can easily use a site like Wix to set up your first blog in just a few minutes. It's extremely simpler. You could use a WordPress paired with a web host like Bluehost and create a more advanced and customizable blog. But I think that for people just starting out, Wix is the best place to begin and develop a professional looking website without the hassle of having to code anything. I promise you, you can literally set up a blog in one single afternoon. The key with this business is that you have to create a lot of valuable content. If you don't enjoy writing, then this business type definitely isn't for you. The reason you can make a serious amount of money with a niche blog like this is because all the people that are coming in and reading your posts from Google, they're hot leads because they're actively searching for this kind of content. As a result of this, it means that these visitors are likely to buy the product or service you happen to recommend. Affiliate income is no joke. There are so many people making 6 to 7 figure incomes just from their blogs. The hardest part with blogging is getting the traffic to your site, building up that initial audience. In order to get there, you need to have a consistency with your posting and the type of value that you're providing to your audience. You also have to figure out a way to optimize your posts for ranking high up on search engines. Some people are of the belief that blogging is dead, but there is still so much untapped market and potential in blogging. So I definitely think that this is a great business you can start in 2022 with no money upfront. The third business idea I have for you today is door-to-door sales. For example, you can sell things such as home security, pest control, solar energy. The list is endless. I know you're probably thinking that people have the perception of these salesmen as being sleazy. However, this is not always the case, and there are tons of very legitimate door-to-door jobs that you can actually get. Because a lot of these are commission-based, the earnings for these jobs is extremely high. In door-to-door sales, you normally start off as a rep, which means you'll be door knocking to generate business. There are unlimited doors that you can knock on, or at least enough where one individual can knock on all of them. As a result of this, it's about how much time and effort you put in. It is in fact a tough job, so it's important to be mindful of that. You'll face a ton of rejection. It's going to be hard at times. However, if you are successful at this, you can make a huge income. A lot of people also think that door-to-door salesmen need to be extreme extroverts. However, the truth is that you can actually be an introvert and still be one of the best salesmen. So really, people of all different types of personalities can really excel with this kind of job or business model. There are people like Chandler David Smith, who's another YouTuber. I really enjoy his videos, and he actually started off selling products from door to door. He still does, and it's a great income source for him. It's also an extremely great learning opportunity having this training and facing real clientele. It is going to help you out in pretty much any business you start in the future. Now, this is specifically targeted at college students. But what these door-to-door sales companies do is a lot of the time they target students who only work during the summer. And then following that, they return to school. But in the summer, you can make a ton of money. So if you're back home from school or if you're on break, this could be a great skill and business that you can put into motion. Now, you're probably also wondering how you can scale this kind of business model. And that's a great question. Well, like I said, before you start off as a manager, but if you're really good at what you do, eventually you'll become a manager. When you're a manager, you can recruit other people to become reps, and you will get a percentage of what those reps generate. thus generating a source of passive income. Okay, next up on this list is a personal brand. I call this the business that will bring in more business. Personal branding won't bring you in any money directly. However, it will broaden your opportunities to making money. I'll give you a rundown of what personal branding is and why it's so effective. But I'll be coming out with another video that will go through the benefits of a personal brand and how you can go about making your own. So make sure to subscribe to see that in future videos. In order to build a successful personal brand, you need to do a lot of content creation on social media. You need to create accounts on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, or whichever platforms are popular in the niche you plan to enter. You also need to build your influence through the construction of your reputation. You want to think about what you're good at, what value you can provide to others, and also what type of change and knowledge you want to inspire in your audience. Personal branding is an incredibly underrated business opportunity. People haven't completely understood how much significance it does hold. Personal branding is the equivalent of free marketing for any business you may begin in the future. If you happen to begin a business and you have an audience that know, like, and trust you from your personal brand, it will be a big benefit to your business and bring in a lot more customers. Once you build some form of influence, any product or service you put out there will be tied to your personal brand, and that's going to make starting out a lot easier. The only thing that building a personal brand requires is a lot of time and confidence. It takes a lot of self-esteem to put yourself out there on the internet, but it can have incredible ramifications on your life. Personal branding is a great way to build up an audience with no startup capital. You can start content creation on social media for completely free and create a sizable audience. Everything you need to get started with your personal brand is going to be at zero cost, and it can be done while working another job and having other side hustles. This is the long-term strategy business that I see a lot of people overlooking, which is why I wanted to put it on the list. I think it's so important, and if you build your personal brand early on, you're going to have such a big advantage in all your future endeavors. So, my fifth business idea, which requires no money to start, is becoming a virtual assistant. If you want to work remotely and learn the ins and outs of a company, being a VA on Fiverr or Upwork is the best way to start. This is a service-based business where you are basically working as an assistant for some company owner or individual that requires some assistance. So this could be some administrative tasks such as word processing, Excel sheets, or basically anything that frees up time for the person or company that is hiring you. I love this business opportunity because it allows you to become well-rounded in the back end of any business. To become a successful VA, the person hiring you is going to have to train you, and as a result, you will learn everything about the business, how they operate, how they run, what tasks they do on a daily basis. Well, at first glance, that sounds kind of boring. You can actually gain a lot of knowledge and insight from that. I suggest finding a company on Fiverr in an industry that you happen to be passionate about, or where you may want to create a business in the future. This is the easiest way to learn tons and tons about that industry while still making some money. Now, the pay is not that high. You aren't going to be rolling in dough by being a virtual assistant. But what's important is the experience. And now you're still able to make some sort of money. It's sort of like an internship that you can get paid for. Now, this is definitely more difficult to scale because you're only a single individual and your time is limited. However, one way you can scale this is by creating a staffing agency, which employ VAs that you hire out to companies. You are doing the work by finding quality VAs that are trainable and easily adapted, and as a result, you can take a cut of whatever they are generating, thus developing a source of passive income for yourself. Overall, becoming a virtual assistant is a great way to be paid from home and also learn the intricacies of the business. If you do it right, you will leave with, yes, some pay, but also a lot of experience as to how to run a company. Okay, business idea number 6 that requires no startup capital is personal training. If you are big on fitness, then this is one of the most rewarding and scalable business models that is on the list. The possibilities are endless if you're into fitness. What most people start out with is in-person training sessions, but then you can start to get more creative and sell online training guides and workout plans. So the first step in building a personal training business is you want to be aware of what is required to become a certified trainer. You also need to be aware of what good form is and also what workout plans and exercises best suit each body type. Also, how to get certain results through the combinations of different exercises and workouts so that your client can get the best possible results. Now, many trainers will get certification, and this does cost money. However, there are some free online certifications. What I do recommend is once you begin generating some profit, that you invest in a paid certification that will further scale your business and clientele. So, the first way most people start out with personal training is just doing in-person training sessions, which will give you experience, testimonials, and referrals. From there, that's when you can start moving on to online personal training. Online personal training is the simplest way to scale this business. This way, you can reach more people, have more clients at the same time, and just impact a larger population. What you can do is sell customized workout plans based on your clients' wants and needs. And later on, if your work and results are effective, you can branch out into nutrition and begin to develop meal plans for others. This is a business opportunity where, yes, you can create monthly income by charging monthly fees and creating a subscription-based payment. This then becomes recurring income. And let's say you have a client that pays you $200 per month. If you have 50 clients like that, which is entirely possible, if it's online training, then bam, that's $10,000 per month and $120,000 per year. All of this costs no money to start up because it is a service-based business. It is reliant upon the knowledge and value you provide. Like any business, the start is the most difficult part, getting those first initial clients. But you'll find that if you're good at what you do, they will refer you to your friends and family, and your business will start to look like this. If you are into fitness and are looking to help impact people positively, then this business may be the way for you to go. Okay, so the last business idea on my list is becoming a TikTok manager. TikTok is the newest and fastest growing social media platform with almost 1 billion active users. I think that TikTok will take over Instagram. However, it looks like some countries are banning this app. But still, this is the opportunity that you have been waiting for. If you have ever wanted to grow on social media fast, then this is absolutely the way to do it. It is so much easier to grow on TikTok than YouTube or Instagram. I'm talking at least 50 to 100 times easier. What I mean by this is that many creators need help managing brand deals, working with brands, finding sponsorship opportunities, negotiating contracts. There is a huge influx of growing influencers on this platform, which is why I see a huge untapped market in this industry. Right now, TikTok influencers aren't charging a lot. No one really knows what they're worth, so you are really good at negotiating brand deals, finding opportunities for your clients, then the demand is there on TikTok, and people will find you and your services extremely valuable. You have to have an understanding of the platform, how to pitch your client to different brands and companies, and you need to know how to put deals together. And if you can, you can make a lot. The standard rate seems to be between 10 and 20% of the revenue you bring in. What I recommend doing is reaching out to these small influencers and offering your services and telling them how you can provide value to them and generate more revenue for their content creation business. Give them an offer they can't refuse because your first clients are the hardest to get. Give them good results and this will result in a good word of mouth, and that will lead to referrals from other people. And creators are great networkers, so if you do a good job for one creator, they will refer you to other friends. The way you can scale this is you can turn it into a full-blown agency. Once you've become well-known, you can create your own agency, hire other agents, and start expanding to bigger and bigger creators. This is an amazing opportunity, and if you do it right and have the right knowledge and skills, you will make a lot of money from it. So, you really don't need any startup capital to start a business these days. I hope you found my list helpful, and I know some of these ideas are a bit more obscure, and some of them are a bit common. But these are ideas that can definitely take you to a 6, 7, or 8-figure business. There are so many opportunities on this list and in the world out there in general. One last thing I have to say: take action, get uncomfortable, and just start businesses and learn the ins and outs as you go. That's my motto in life, and it's worked out extremely well for me. Because remember, these are just ideas. To turn them into actual businesses, you need to execute these. Start taking action, create your first business, and you'll thank me later. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it extremely helpful. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.